So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to invite Miss Diana Mohamed, Head of Optometry Unit, Hospital Queen Elizabeth I, Kota, Kinabalu, and also she is a representative of MAMP. Miss Diana, I pass the floor to you.
Thank you. Testing. Thank you so much for the kind invitation, especially to Zeiss and also Focus Point. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi!
Hi. Okay, today I'm standing here to give a talk about on how small changes of habit that you guys can do for your children. Okay, so we'll do it in both Bahasa Malaysia and English if you don't mind. All right. Okay, my name is Diana Mohamed. I'm an optometrist. I represent the MAMP, which is the Myopia Malaysia Advocacy Group for myopia prevention. And we do advocacy on myopia for the whole Malaysia. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I know? I think it's a very common nowadays that you can see this scenario. Oops. Right? Tadi elok je. There's some technical problem. Okay, may I know how many of you guys give handphones to your kids? All right. Any answer from the floor? Okay, at what age do you think is the best time for you to give gadgets to your children?
7.
7? Is that a good answer?
Anyone?
Anyone? But usually in a restaurant, I do see people are giving gadgets to their babies, even in strollers, right? In restaurant, correct? So it's very worrisome, right? Okay, so not only during mealtime, the children have the access towards the device during bedtime. Yeah, do you agree that? My God. Oh, situ. Okay. Okay, during bedtime, ya. Biasanya mereka menggunakan handphone semasa tidur. Ini merupakan one of the very menunjukkan high dependency towards gadget, right? Because they will throw tantrum if you take away their gadgets. And oh yo. And during families event, kenduri kendara, family gatherings, you can see the children are not talking to each other, right? They were like always with their gadget like this. Yeah? So why do we have to oh, oh backwards. Okay. And about books. Normally they love to read books like this. Have you ever seen your child holding books like this at a very close distance and they read a lot, especially during exams? Yeah, next. And freestyle on how they use the gadget. Huh? Not only on sofas, they're also lying on the floor. And if you can see in the picture here, when they are holding the gadget, the distance is so near to their eyes. And these can cause strain to their eyes, okay? So when they are looking at the gadget like this, especially at a very near distance, the eye will focus too much and this can cause myopia. Next. Aduh. Okay, in Malaysia, there are research claiming that nearly 80% of children less than 4 years old are already exposed to gadget. So this means that they have the access at a very early age. Okay, and 65.7% preschools are already addicted to screens. And they spend more than 2 hours in a day, especially during weekends. So why we as a parent should care? All right? Why? The question is, what we nurture our children, that is the lifestyle that they are going to continue towards their life. All right? So next. So myopia is already a public health problem. So it is not only by giving glasses, but myopia can give more impact to the life of a child. Okay, as you can see, throughout the globe, the myopia prevalence is growing from day to day due to the usage of gadgets. Next. So what is actually myopia? All right? Myopia is a condition when a person look at the distance object and the object that they see is not focused directly towards the retina. Okay? So for a normal person, when the ray of light enters the eye and they focus at the fovea, a clear image will develop. However, in a person with myopia, the focusing light falls in front of the retina and this causes them to see a blur image. Alright? So myopia ni kalau in bahasa Melayu is rabun jauh. Alright? In English, we call it as nearsightedness. 近视, 近视, do I pronounce it correctly? Alright? And in Tamil, it's kita parvai. I hope I did pronounce it correctly. Alright, next. So myopia is a very easy condition to overcome. It's just by giving a negative concave lens in front of the eye, and it will shift the focusing, the defocus light towards the fovea, and the child or a person can see clearly. Alright, so myopia can be corrected with glasses, with contact lens, and also refractive surgery. Next. So they predicted in 2050, myopia will grow up to 50% of world population, and 10% of this world population will have high myopia. So what does this mean? This means at the year of 2050, nearly 930,000 million people are having high myopia. So, but why do we care about high myopia? Is it just by giving glasses? No, because high myopia have a very high risk of having complications that can cause blindness. Okay, next. So, how do you know whether your child is having a risk of having myopia or not? So the first factor is always the genetic. As you can see, if you and your spouse is wearing glasses, either one of you or both of you have myopia, it means you are 6 times higher risk to have myopic children. Okay? But nowadays, the two main culprit comes from the environment and also the lifestyle. Okay? So in a world where academic performance is always being emphasized, so our children prone to have prolonged near work, doing their homework, right? And with nowadays a lot of e-learning method, then this cause them more engaged to a near work lah. So because they need to do a lot of work, sometimes they don't maintain good posture when they read, yeah, while they may read while lying down or under the lightings, low light lightings, okay? And after COVID, it implements new ways where people love to be confined in their own home. So which means they will have less outdoor activity. And with this kind of lifestyle, people have less exposure to sunlight. Okay, next. So it's good news that these two risk factor is modifiable. It means only these two we can adjust in our life so that our children will not get this high myopia. Next. Okay, based on this current evidence from a research where it compiles nearly 45 research towards the years, and they found out that the increment of digital screen time usage will increase the likelihood of the child to get myopia. So if you can see here from the graph, if the child spend 2 hours more using the digital screen, of course, they will likely have this problem. Next. So why do we care? So that is why it is very important for you guys to be aware about myopia, because if a child gets myopia at a very early stage, this can cause them to definitely become a high myopia adult in future. So this is making them have the higher risk of getting eye diseases. Okay, next. So this is a 3D MRI eyeball image. As you can see here, what myopia does to your eye, it stretches the sclera, and also the retina and the choroid become thins, and therefore the wall of your eye can be easily bulge like this, and this is a condition where we call it as staphyloma. Next. So a person with a very high myopia over -6, as you can see here, they have higher risk compared to the lower and the moderate myopia. So the higher the power, the higher the risk of them to get early cataract. All right, cataract is where your lens of your eye becomes opaque. All right, the second one is glaucoma. So when your eyes become elongated, some of your structure, the eye structure, will be like tilted, and therefore sometimes the glaucoma is hardly to be detected. Okay, and of course, when your eyeball is being stretched, they have the tendency to make the retina tear off like this and causing the retinal detachment. So this condition can cause blindness, especially like this, myopic macular degeneration, where it will cause permanent blindness. So that is why by changing our lifestyle right now, it can save your child sight for your future. Okay, next. So what parents can do to prevent myopia? Okay, so this is a questions that we want you to become aware of, how to prevent myopia in our children. Next. So first of all, you have to monitor the screen time. The screen time of your child using the digital screen. Okay, when I talk about screen time, it includes the laptop, the tablet, the phones, the tabletop, and also the television. Okay, based on the recommendation by WHO, below 1 years old, there's a big no for a person to give their child, because as you can see, our eyeball is still developing. So when a baby is born, the eye is not uh, well developed yet. So if you give any stress to the baby, to the baby's eye, of course, it can cause problems, and especially myopia, right? So for below 2 years and 5 years old, not more than 1 hour a day. And again, I say 1 hour a day with the uh, monitoring by the parents to ensure that this 1 hour is complete with the interactive media content only. All right? Have you ever heard about they have speech delay when they too engage with the gadget? So this is another side effect of using gadgets lah, other than myopia. And for 6 years old and above, not more than 2 hours a day, and no gadgets at all during bedtime and during playtime. Next. So let us make a change from the sedentary lifestyle, leaving your child at home looking at the handphones, to a more active lifestyle. Next. So why do we need to bring these children more outdoor? Okay. Research has stated that when children have exposure towards sunlight, their body will produce a neurotransmitter, a chemical substance that we call as the dopamine, and vitamin D from the sunlight. It can prevent the onset of myopia by preserving by stopping the elongation of the eyeball. So this is a protective mechanism that you can give to your child, and it's free. Just bring them outside, riding the bicycle, playing the football, bring them to the playground. Okay, next. So increase the outdoor time. Aim for at least 2 hours a day. Okay, 2 hours only a day under the sunlight. So no matter if it's under rainy days, it is it's still considered as an outdoor activity. Next. Okay, secondly is to develop a healthy reading habits or healthy uh, working distance when using the gadgets or books, or when they are reading. Okay, so maintain the elbow rule. The elbow rule means they have to hold the gadgets or the books at the arm's distance. Okay, this is to ensure that they won't strain their eyes through a proper desk and chair adjustment. Okay, and of course with good lightings. Okay. Next is always prioritize educational content when they use gadget. So when they have a lot of homeworks using e-learning, make sure you have to cut down your recreational time for gadgets. And you must always make sure that they won't have more than 2 hours a day with their gadgets. Okay, next. All right, this is a good habit that you must implement not only to your children but also for us as adults. Okay, this is what we call the 20-20 rules. So for every 20 minutes, you have to take a 20-second breaks. Okay, 20-second breaks by watching 20 something far away, about more than 20 feet away. So remember, 20 seconds looking far at the 20 feet away for 20 seconds. So these frequent breaks will help your eyes to become more relaxed. Okay, because if I explained just now, prolonged near work more than 30 minutes will cause strain and make the myopia easily develop. Okay, next. So as parents, what is the sign and symptoms of myopia? So you guys have to be alert and watch for your kids, because normally kids seldom complain about their vision because they thought that is how everybody sees. Okay, so here are some of the sign and symptom, which is if you see they love to watch TV at a very close distance, right? Love to rub their eyes, and their eyes are frequently watery and squeezing their eyes when looking at something. Okay, complain of frequent headache. Okay, all right, and always they have a difficulty to copy their blackboard, the blackboard in classes. So it's a sign of them having visual problem. And of course, lastly, poor academic performance. Okay, next. So if your child is showing these signs and symptoms, please just bring them to have an annual checkup, right? For children, especially for mummies and daddies with glasses, please bring your child to see the optometrist or the ophthalmologist at least once a year to get them checked, okay? As we can see just now, I've said that if a parents with glasses, they have 50% chances to get myopia too, right? So seek professional help for your eyes. Yeah? Never listen to those in the social media, right? It's better for you to have advice from the professional. Get the correct information about how to control myopia. So currently, there are a lot of options for controlling myopia. There's a lot of myopia control lenses. You can, the ophthalmologist can prescribe the atropine drops. So, and lastly, even the contact lenses, there are a lot in the market right now. So, you have to discuss with your optometrist about which method is the best for your children. Next. And if your child is already diagnosed of having myopia, please encourage them to wear glasses constantly. So because I have seen a lot of patients, some of them are reluctant to give glasses to their children, and this can delay uh, the children to get good vision, and this of course will give impact to their academic for performance. So if the refractive error, the rabun, the myopia is not corrected early, you can cause your child to have a condition where we call it as amblyopia or lazy eyes. So of course, we don't want this to happen, because if the amblyopia is detected late at the late stage, it will cause a permanent visual impairment. All right. So there is always a myth that we always linger in our community, where they say that wearing glasses can uh, uh, cause worsening of the eyesight. So this is not correct, okay? So make sure your children always wear their glasses on. And lastly, avoid buying overclaimed eye drops or miracle pills that are always being advertised in social media, which claim they can cure myopia. So it's a red flag. Okay, there is no such thing, miracle tablets or miracle drops that can which can cure myopia. All right. So please do not buy this. Okay. Next. So lastly, as a take-home message, please do some changes in your lifestyle, because this will always help your children to prevent having a poor myopia in future. So start now, so that we can protect your child's eye from myopia effect. So I think I've been talking throughout this. Maybe if there is some question and answer that you want to ask me.
Yeah, a big round of applause to Miss Diana. Thank you for the valuable insights. So right now is the Q&A sessions. Anyone have any question? Raise up your hand. Anyone? If no, I have a question. Actually, because nowadays our child or maybe the relatives is actually developing myopia, but we as a parents, we don't know. So what are some early signs that we should really look out for to prevent whether our children is developing myopia?
Yeah, but the children seldom complain about their eyesight. But what we can see is they normally love to rub their eyes. Okay, the most popular sign is they love to watch TV at a very close distance, like
Oh,
so a lot of
yeah.
parents selalu marah their child,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like jangan tengok TV dekat-dekat. No, it's a sign. So if your child love to look at the TV at a very close distance, please bring them to the optometrist to have an eye check.
Oh, so do not scold them first. However,
Yeah.
bring them to optometrics first.
It's very common. The parents love to blame their child. They say, "Oh, this is because you like to watch the
Yes,
TV so
yes.
near. That's why you have this kind
Yeah.
of problem." It's the opposite.
Oh wow, it's a very common, behavior and
Yeah.
circumstances in family, right?
Yeah, you're correct.
All
Okay.
right. I have question number 2, but I know you shared just now. So do you mind sharing again how much screen time you suggest consider safe for children?
So if the easiest rule of thumb is no more than 2 hours.
No more than 2 hours.
Yeah, no more than 2 hours.
Okay.
Complement with the outdoor activities.
Oh, which means you look at the tablet or what, and then you need to go outside as well.
Yep.
Oh.
Not to forget, have this frequent break.
Frequent break.
Actually, there's an app that you can install in your devices where every 20 minutes they will like blank for a while
Oh.
to make like to force you to break.
Oh, it's actually kind of like an alarm or
Yeah. It's an app that you have to install in the device.
so to keep in mind. Okay, 20 minutes already. You need to rest already. All right. And anyone else have other questions? No. And number 3, what can parents do to help reduce the risks of myopia? To reduce the risks.
The risk. As I can say, as I just said just now, there's only 2 risk factor that you can control, which is the lifestyle and also the environment.
And also environment.
Yeah, so that is why you have to modify. I mean, you have to make change in the habits. Make sure they don't read at very near distance.
All right. Yeah, daily habits.
Good lighting.
And, sunlight.
Yeah,
everything.
sunlight. Yeah.
And last but not least, can myopia be reversed or stopped from getting worse?
So there are a lot of methods for myopia control. You can slow down the myopia. It cannot reverse 100% unless by surgery. Surgery, you can like eliminate a little, or maybe sometimes it can leave a little bit of myopia, but it won't completely reduce it to zero.
Oh.
But however, currently the methods of controlling from the myopia to worsen is like, if a normal person, the increment is only about 50. But with the help of the control, it can be less than that. They may be static for a few years. As you can see the graph just now, if we don't start the myopia control at a very early age, so the increment will be fast. So for children with no control, meaning no control of using devices, no control of glasses or what, it can grow up to 100 a year. So you just imagine if your child is only 4 years old, having 2 diopter power, meaning they will grow as an adult. As we can see, 18 is the adult age, right? So 18 minus 4 is 14 years.
Yes.
So imagine if the increment is about 100 a year. So of course they will grow into the 1,400 adult.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how serious it is.
Horrible.
Yeah. So that is why it's very important to screen your child at a very early age, detect the myopia early so that the management can be implemented and help to
prevent
the
to
myopia.
control.
Yeah, to
so
control
which
the
means
myopia.
once we have myopia, it cannot be reversed. However, we can control.
Yep.
We can control to maybe go to eye screenings and do some treatments or what, right?
So this kind of initiative that macam Young Focus Point do it right now is a very good initiative. Yeah, because we are doing the open screenings for everyone. I think this is the best time for you guys to get a checkup.
Yeah, this one is quite fully checked up. It's not the surface one. This one is quite deep. We have 4 sessions right here, and also it takes only about 15 to 20 minutes. And outside is quite expensive. Yeah. And right here we offer free eye screening for everyone. So once again, thank you, Miss Diana, for your sharing. A big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting.
I hope to see you next year.
Yeah, sure.